Great to have you on the show. Victoria and Christopher didn't attend the hearing today, but they must know about these new, very disturbing charges. Do you have any reaction for them?
Well, for them, as we've said all along, they're, sort of unfortunate bystanders. They're on this twisted carousel ride that is not of their own making at all. If you want to talk about allegations, the most important thing that came out of the bail application today, as far as we're concerned, is, again, the DA saying in no uncertain terms that these allegations that date back some 30 years have nothing to do with either the children, my clients, or young adults, or Miss Ellerup. So that cannot be underscored. And the rest of it is, of course, the sins of the father, allegedly. And they're all allegations, as Mr. Brown pointed out today to the reporters. And like we've said all along, they're not gonna take the bait here. They're not gonna, try this case in the court of public opinion, because in the court of public opinion, I think it's safe to say there's already been a conviction. In the courtroom, much different. There's a quantum leap between allegations and a conviction, and they plan to, follow the process along as we're all following the process along until and if it concludes.
Yeah, everybody in this country is presumed innocent until proven guilty. But that blueprint that was found in the basement of the Heuermann home is pretty shocking. Are they aware of its contents?
Well, they were aware that something was happening, and again, we're all bystanders, right? Again, this is not of their own making, and the allegations are shocking. They are, certainly, but again, they're allegations. The blueprint itself, as it's been called, from a criminal defense standpoint, it's almost a little too neat, one might say, of course, because it seems to tie in everything almost perfectly, inescapably. So Mr. Brown has his work cut out for him, and I know the DA does as well, because I don't think this case is going to be resolved. If it takes 30 years to commit these acts, it's not going to be resolved in 30 months. So they're all along for this marathon.
Asa Ellerup has said she is giving her husband, Rex Heuermann, the benefit of the doubt about his innocence. Is the same true for Victoria and Christopher?
Well, as I said, these are two young adults, and they are standing tall in the face of searing adversity, okay? And if this happened to you or me or anyone else we know, I think we would have crumbled into sawdust by now, by the mere fact that we are associated with this, which is, an unparalleled, unheard of case. So the mere fact that they're still here day to day, with their family, their small little unit, that small little dog that you see there, that's Stewie, just trying the best they can, putting one foot in front of the other and trying to, pick up the pieces as they're simultaneously being torn down. That's their life. That's their existence for going on 14 months now. So
yeah, you said it was like living in quicksand.
I said it before and I'll say it again. It really is. It's constantly shifting. Their environment is constantly changing. They're reevaluating minute by minute, hour by hour. And I'm sure that, you heard Mr. Tierney say today, they're still investigating. So, this is a grim marathon. They're here for it. It's not a sprint. They know that. They've come to grips with that, which again takes, my hat is off to them, because their character is unimpeachable. And the DA has said as much.
Vesmita, grim marathon is a very good way to describe the ordeal, not just for Rex Heuermann's family, but the family of all these victims of these women.
So, that's Vesmitev. And like, right. Attorneys speak. They speak in a certain way. They speak in a certain way, but they think in another way. All right. They know what's going on. They know what time it is, as we used to say in the police department. They know that 37-page bail application document is damning. It's so powerful evidence. And to make light of it is and of course they have to. It's like, it's like going into a game, a sport, and think, oh, I can't beat this guy. You've already lost if you feel that way, right? So you got to go into the event with confidence and knowing that you're going to use all your abilities to try to defeat this. But, look, the press conference the other day by John Ray, I think it proves nothing. Is it possible that Victoria Heuermann has some issues? Yeah, I would say so. She's got the genetic code of an alleged serial killer. So yes, I think she's probably got some issues. But does this artwork prove anything? It proves nothing, Mike.
Bill, it doesn't. And I think Mr. Matev, he's doing his best to protect his client. Remember, his client is the children, and that's Victoria and the son, Christopher. And, he's doing the best he can. And like he said, what would people think if they were in that family's that family's position. I remember seeing a video years ago about the BTK killer and interviews with his daughter. And, you move out of state, you change your name, you hide. It really forces you to go underground and try to develop a whole new name and personality and a whole new life. So they have been robbed of their future on Long Island, even though we don't think much of that home or Rex Heuermann as a parent, or maybe even people might consider Asa, maybe not the best mom. They were a family unit, and they've been torn apart, and they're sitting in this house that's been raided twice and gone through by the police. They've got nowhere else to go, and they're just trying to survive. My heart goes out to them, because I don't think there's any evidence whatsoever, no objective evidence has ever been offered, other than some sort of insinuations that they have done anything at all wrong at any time. So, I think that I'm shocked that, what John Ray said. I know he's trying his best to keep his clients, his families, the family of Shannon Gilbert's, his clients, in the loop and keep that case relevant. But I think that passed by, and I don't think a lot of people see it as relevant anymore. And he's doing his best, but everybody, you can't fault him for doing his best. But when it does tread upon the rights of other people, and you're endangering Victoria and her family and Asa and the family by your insinuations, trying to rile people up, I think that's a real disservice to the public and to the survivors here, the Heuermann family, the 3 survivors.
Absolutely.